Alright, you fucking skank bitches. The two boys are back because Finn had to deal with a suicide attempt and Brandon's sick as fuck. So it's your boy Justin and Oliver.
Hello.
And we're here to continue on the pod. So Westwick. Serial killer question again.
Yes,
What's the
I like
most
it.
effective weapon you can use out of A, old school corded telephone, like the box ones,
Actually, a good one.
a half full 1 liter water bottle, and a regulation exit sign?
I'd say the corded telephone.
I think I would too.
I reckon I've
But I
seen
feel
it
like it
used.
depends on the strength of the cord.
Yeah, no, but see, I've seen it used in movies, so they could be sort of
What
lying a
movies are
bit.
you watching?
I don't know, just TV shows and movies. I reckon it's been heaps.
I feel like it's the heaviest. I feel like an exit sign really just relies on the glass part, or at least
I don't know. It's
whatever the bit is that makes it glow.
yeah.
Well, how many people do you think you can kill before you get caught with a corded telephone?
I reckon honestly heaps.
You're way too confident.
No one's looking out for a guy with a corded telephone. Like, it's so easy to conceal. Well, they are actually, but like,
How do you think a corded telephone is easy to conceal?
because it's like, how isn't it? It's you just put it in your pocket. The cord goes in, the phone goes in.
I'm
Are you
talking like
talking
the
the
ones
whole
that you
thing?
sit. Yeah, dude. The ones that like you press the button on the little box and then you lift the telephone up.
Easily that anyway.
How the fuck are you gonna conceal it?
No, you're not going to, but
No. So I reckon you'd be lucky to get 2.
jeez. See, the one you get away with the most is a half full water bottle.
Yeah, because no one suspects someone with a water bottle.
Yeah, because you're just a guy walking around with a water bottle, and then I'm going to say,
Essential part of
"Oh,
every
that bottle has 500 mils of water in it. Must be him."
Like the exact weight you used to crush that man's head last week.
500 grams. Yeah, no, it's like definitely a corded telephone. You're going to be walking around with the big bit in one hand, the other bit in the other hand, and just you're going to look sus.
Pretending to talk on it. It's just plugged into your pocket. You're like, no. I told him to get rid of those stocks. Oh, that's not weird at all.
What do you mean Wall Street crashed again?
I feel like the water bottle is the easiest to conceal, but probably the hardest to use. Unless you fucking waterboard people.
For sure. And yeah, because you're probably gonna have a plastic water bottle. That's what you're talking, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
it's a liter, so it's a decent size, but it's not going to hit very hard.
No, not dog.
I feel like the corded telephone, you could definitely probably crush someone's head within a couple of hefty slaps. But the old water bottle, nah, that's a slow death.
Jeez, I hope. Like, if we continue doing this segment each week, I hope no one actually goes out and does this, and then we're the ones to look to, because we're the ones just getting real in depth about this.
We just start a full breed of copycat killers.
Look very sus. Oh, fuck that.
All right, are you going for conceal, or are you going for...
No, I'm going all out corded telephone.
Effectively. Okay. So you're just going for highest kill count, and you're going to go on like a 2-day spree.
Yeah. No, I reckon I could last a while.
How many do you reckon you can get? I reckon you get like max 6 if you're in like 10. If you're in a city, you're fucked.
If you're in a city, you got more. Oh no.
Because I reckon like there'd be more cameras everywhere. Not many people walking around with a corded telephone.
Yeah. I guess I was sort of thinking it's back in the old days.
Ah, okay.
Because it's a corded telephone. But yeah, if you could honestly, you can almost get away with that being like a mobile phone sort of thing now. Like just a modded. Like, that's a pretty cool idea.
Carrying around a fucking old school corded telephone.
Yeah. Hold up here.
People are like, oh, that seems convenient.
No, I just think it's a cool idea.
Yeah, sure. Well, what about if it is back then, but the water bottle's metal?
You'd probably go the water bottle. Just because it's less conspicuous.
Yeah.
But it is metal,
Um,
and there wouldn't be many metal water bottles back then.
This is very true. Or would there be? Would there be plastic ones? When are we talking about back then?
Oh, fuck, to find out.
I don't
20,
even know
30
what
years.
happened in the years.
Maybe 30
fucking-
years.
So it's 30 years ago. It's the 80s, isn't it? 89?
Yeah. Yeah. Great year, that one.
What's that?
My first cigarette. Nah.
89.
Nah.
I had my first cigarette in the ball sack where I was a fresh sperm.
Yeah, probably the same one.
Fucking big Tony Westwick. Dude, all right. What about cheeky would you rather?
Yeah.
This is one I don't. Well, no, I think I can decide on it because I think it's actually pretty easy. But it's just a real fuck situation. It's the old would you rather have a giant swastika tattooed on your forehead that only appears during times of pleasure or immense stress. So, like, could be having an elite dinner for pleasure. Or it just got given a heap of deadlines and shit at work and suddenly you're a Nazi.
Yeah.
Or little useless chicken wings that poke out from your back and look fucked. And you can't get rid of them at all. They serve zero purpose. Except they flap when you're stressed. What about that?
Oh, that's pretty cool, actually.
You think you'd be like it? You think you could sell yourself as an act?
Were we stressing again? He just flap it.
That's the worst thing though. Like you get put in a zoo and they put you in a cage. They're just like, oh, stress him out, stress him out.
I don't think they'd do that.
See, what if they would?
Just
You're
be
a
a
freak.
regular person that works in an office somewhere.
With your fucking wings.
You wouldn't be in customer service.
Oh, look, it's Wing Boy.
Don't want to touch my shit.
Dude, people would fucking roast the shit out of you constantly.
No, I don't know. Like with this, no, definitely chicken wings.
Mm.
Like the swastika is pretty easy because you just chuck a beanie on all the time. Just a beanie guy.
A beanie guy that wears it down to my eyebrows.
Yeah, it'd eventually suit you. Like, you know, someone gets a heaps different haircut and it'd eventually suit you.
Your girlfriend's like, why have you never taken off your beanie?
Start stressing, she goes to take it off.
You shower with a beanie on and shit.
Don't touch that!
And then you're already pissed. She touches it and you got a swastika on your forehead. Dude, bitch be running for the hills straight away.
Yeah. No, I'd definitely go the chicken wings. I feel like you could make that alright.
Yeah. Like you wouldn't be able to conceal them in a shirt though, because they'd fucking like poke up heaps.
Oh, I'd own it. I'd have cutouts of my shirt.
You'd have to, wouldn't you? You'd probably be a pretty like famous internet personality, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't like the idea of little fucking useless chicken wings.
Yeah.
Cool if I could, like hover.
You can't. Nah. It's not even giving you any more air when you jump off something. It's just
it gives you less.
Yeah. It adds a bit of weight.
Yeah, no, fair enough too.
Yeah, what was your answer?
No, I think I'd have to go the chicken wings as well. Like, it's just, Hitler really ruined the old swastika. It was actually a symbol for it was a symbol for the sun from some like Asian village. And he stole it from him and then turned it into the Nazi flag and no one can ever use it again. Yeah, that's it.
Fuck.
Yeah, fuck is that? We went to art school and made the flag and stole that symbol from the fucking some random village. And whacked an eagle on it and bam, there you go.
Like, he was really good at that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. There's like original Hitlers around the world.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
the bloke that let him live, he done a painting of him.
He
had
in the First World War.
Yeah, so he was a soldier in the First World War, and he was wounded, and it was just him and this guy, and there was another soldier from the other side, and he let him live because he was a wounded soldier walking, like trying to get back for some medical help. And so Hitler found out who that was, I think, and he done a portrait of him and had it above his bed, above his desk, something like that.
Yeah.
because like
His own personal angel.
he was grateful that the guy let him live.
Yeah, as if, oh fuck, how shit would you feel if you're the guy?
See, Hitler's not a bad bloke. He's just misunderstood.
I would love to see you defend that opinion in like a court of law.
That's my hot take.
Hitler, like sharks, is just misunderstood. Oh, dude. That would be a great TV show.
If you really stretch out all the years, he's kills per year. He probably killed less than one person a year.
What, Hitler?
Yeah. 14 million years ago was a Big Bang. He killed 6 million. Or was responsible for it anyway.
Oh, yeah, he's got his name under him. Fuck, it's a good KD.
It's not bad, is it?
No, very quality. The boy knew what he was doing.
Jeez, Jimmy Carr has some good Hitler stand up.
Jimmy Carr's an elite comedian.
He's fucking
I feel like
hilarious.
he's just like quick jokes, like quick little one-liners that take like 15 seconds to say. Are just like so good. Like the only person that would be close to him would be Jess or Nick, I would think.
Simple but so offensive.
Yeah, dude. Like it's a perfect art. It's like when a hip hop artist like writes some rap lines and they put a heap of information in just like 8 different words.
Yeah, like you know exactly what they're on about, and like
yeah.
It's
like the same thing. It's such an impressive skill.
I love his joke about. He's like they say safety comes in numbers. Tell that to 6 million Jews. It's just fucked.
Oh god, I wonder how bullied he was in high school.
Who cares?
Could have been a lot.
He's a king now.
Oh fucking earth, man's on top of the world. I was watching. I tell you what I was watching the other day, which was just such a shit show. Liz wanted to watch Love Island, Australia.
Oh.
So we're on 9 now on the old smart TV app, and then that finishes and it rolls over to 20 to 1. You remember the old 20 to 1? Fucking Bert, whatever his name was, used to host it. Yeah, dude. Fucking Bert Newton. What an egghead that man was.
Yeah, he's passed away, hasn't he? Or...
Oh, R.I.P. Bert.
I don't actually know.
Yeah, he might have been. I think he was actually.
Sure.
But my so they were like the most famous families.
Yeah.
And it was clearly extremely biased towards like Australian families.
Why?
Guess who was number 19 on the world's most famous families?
Oh, Carl Barron.
The Royals.
Oh, 19.
The English Royals. Yeah. 19 out of 20. They reckon they were the 19th most famous family. I reckon they are by far the most famous family.
No, I don't know.
They had the Kardashians at number 1.
I was going to say the Kardashians are a bit more famous because the Americans.
But I reckon in the total world, it's got to be the Royals. The Royals have been around.
No one cares about the Royals apart from the Commonwealth countries.
You don't have to care about them, though. You just have to know who they are.
Yeah. I'd like to see how they got their numbers, though.
Yeah, well, it was just a bullshit list because they had them at 19, and then they had like, who was it? Like the Baldwins at like 6.
I've heard the last name, but I just don't.
Alec Baldwin, you know who he is? He's an actor. He does SNL, does the Trump character on SNL.
Nah, see, I've heard the name.
Movies.
I've heard the name. I'd probably know if I saw him.
Haley Baldwin's married to Justin Bieber, who's Alex's daughter, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's the most classic face ever.
Yeah, what's he off?
He's off everything, dude. He's in so many movies.
He is.
He doesn't often play like a main guy though. He usually play like a main character, but not really.
He plays like a villain, doesn't he?
Yeah, occasionally he switches. Very versatile boy.
I feel like he's got like a real. There's people that just look like they should be the villain in a show.
Yeah, and he does have a
he's just got that
sinister looking head.
Yeah.
Jeez. No, that just fucking triggered me the other day. I was like, "There's no fucking like I can get around the Kardashians being number 1, but I can't get around the Royals being number 19.
I don't agree with it, but I can like I do know how the Kardashians are number one.
What do you reckon would beat them though? Because I was trying to think of it. I don't reckon. Like I can't come up with a lot of things that would beat them. Like in terms of just pure popularity.
Honestly,
all it is.
Maybe the Jenners. You count them in the Kardashian family?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No. Oh, yeah. Kardashian.
The Trumps were like number 4. That's a good one.
Yeah. No, they would be. So controversial.
Maybe
but then
like
you got
fucking
NBA players
and shit.
Was there any?
But how many like NBA players do you know like the families of? Because everyone knows who Michael Jordan is, but you don't know who.
Yeah.
Jordan's
what about the
family
Jameses? Like LeBron James and his family.
Yeah, see, they will be once his sons are in there, I reckon.
Yeah.
Because then they'll all be their own separate stars, and then it'll be like a whole group.
Were the Bulls on there?
No, the Bulls are an interesting one.
Yeah.
They're so recent though. That's the thing.
Yeah, I know.
Because they only shot up in the past like 3 years.
But geez, they've done well.
Yeah, fucking oath. It just triggered the shit out of me that they fucking like. I hate the Royals. Fucking can't stand them. I feel like they do nothing besides Harry and William.
I feel like they just sort of exist.
Yeah, same.
I only realized.
Yeah.
I only realized Meghan Markle was in Suits like the other day.
Really, dude? How long have you been watching Suits for?
See, I never knew what I thought she looked completely different. I had a completely different image in my mind of who she is, and then Soph's like, "Oh, this is the royal Meghan."
Yeah, how fucking strange is that? Imagine being an actress and then just bam, you're part of the royal family.
I thought there'd be some weird rules with that, because she's sort of acting, making out with guys and everything, and I don't know. I thought the royals would just have some sort of weird rules with that.
She'd be smashing, brother.
Yeah, interesting one.
No, it is. It definitely is. So what about this? It's something I've considered quite a lot. So you're invited on a Mars mission. You'll be gone for 3 years, and there's 75% chance you come back. Do you do it? You leave tomorrow.
No. I'm just straight out no.
Yes, I reckon I do.
I reckon you get bored. 3 years on Mars.
No, you're gone for 3 years between going there and coming back.
Yeah, you definitely get bored.
Oh, you'd get bored of shit. But how many people can say they've gone to Mars? None.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. I get what you mean.
Because it's 3 years of your life. You got a 1 in 4 chance of dying.
Yeah, exactly.
And if you come back, you're like a goddamn hero. You're essentially the next Armstrong and the next Buzz Aldrin.
Yeah, it's a weird one, because if you go there, you go down in history and everything.
Yeah.
But if you don't, you're just still a regular person, like say we are now. Like no one really knows who you are apart from the people you know.
Yeah, definitely. Did you see that fucking it was ages ago. It was when Buzz was like a fit man. Actually, it might have been like 12 years ago or something. But this dude, Buzz was coming out of a hotel, and this guy was like yelling out shit like, "Oh, the moon missions were faked, blah 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 blah," and Buzz just fucking clocks him in the head. He's like a 75-year-old man. Yeah, dude.
Really?
He's like, "Don't you fucking disrespect my comrades like that." I was like, "Oh, go Buzz."
Wow.
Dude, he fucking railed him, man. Which, like, mad respect to Buzz, because man's risked his life just to go and see what's up there.
That's amazing. Conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And like some of the moon fake people, just a lot of the conspiracy people are just batshit crazy.
I don't see how the moon landing's fake, but I don't see why we haven't been back there.
Because apparently it's just useless.
Really?
Well, there's like no, like there would be what Elon was saying, and there was a NASA video like a year ago, I think, maybe like 6 months ago, saying that they want to go and build a base up there, and that's where they'll launch all their deep space missions from.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's easy to get out of the orbit, so you don't have to use as much fuel and blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
And Elon was saying like he wants to use the moon for shit like that. As far as like resources go,
I feel like Elon's got the go ahead to anything he wants.
yeah, dude, he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Did you see that ship he built? It was called like the Hopper, and it's just this
Nah.
giant fucking cylinder, and all it was meant to do was hop from one thing to the next using like a rocket booster.
Really?
Yeah, it's a really weird video, but like in space, it would obviously be very effective because it's not like Earth's gravity, so it'd be a lot easier to go up and down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I saw it on Reddit, and all the comments were just like, "Oh, this is so impressive." I was like, "Hold on, he just hopped from from fucking over here to like however many meters away. Like it wasn't meters; it was fucking a couple hundred, maybe a
Yeah.
K." But I don't know. I feel like I'm not smart enough.
Nah, you're not enough intellect. You don't understand.
Don't understand the brain of Elon.
Beyond you.
I fucking love to talk to Elon. I
Yeah.
love him to just blow my mind every like 3 seconds. Whoa. What the fuck are you even talking about?
He'd be a weird dude, I reckon.
Oh, he would, man, for sure. You've got to be, though. Like, to be that successful, you have to be a bit strange.
Yeah.
Like, how often do you see people that are super successful that don't have some sort of weird personality quirk?
Oh, I guess Kanye's bipolar.
Kanye is he's an interesting unit.
He is.
Like, J. Cole would be one that I would think is extremely normal.
Oh, yeah.
Because he likes his privacy. I'm pretty sure people don't know who his wife is.
Yeah, so that's...
He just keeps everything to himself and then goes and tours and does his job, comes back and spends time with his family.
Yeah, I guess I've never really heard much about J. Cole's personal life.
Same with Kenny as well, actually. Kendrick Lamar.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I think like they know who she is, but it's extremely private.
Yeah, right.
Which is realistically what you want to do, because if you get that famous...
Oh, for sure.
Fuck that, man.
100%.
It reaches a point where it's like, why would you even want that many people to know you?
Yeah. I don't think I'd like being that famous.
No, definitely not. Like people outside your window taking photos and shit. I couldn't even like walk outside naked.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck's up with that? I can't even like...
You can't walk
go
outside
out.
naked. Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
How often do you walk outside naked?
Oh, the family's not here quite often.
Really?
Yeah, on the balconies.
Fuck, alright.
That's great freedom.
No, I don't even walk around the house naked.
Nah, so you're missing out there. See, I sleep naked though, so I feel like...
I don't understand that.
What is stopping you?
It's just...
Is it the security?
It's not even the security. Sort of knowing, I don't know. I feel like you'd feel dirtier.
Why would you feel dirtier?
Well, just like sleeping in the same bed every night. You're naked, butt naked.
Oh yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Ass on sheet.
No matter how clean you wipe, there's always going to be a bit of poo, I reckon. If you're lying on
shit stains. Got some skitty marks on your bed.
I just don't know. I couldn't.
No,
I
don't know. You like, if you go freshly, this is what you got to do. This is how you get into it, right? Because apparently it's actually healthy for you.
Bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Very slightly. Let me
See, I'm someone
that for you, mate.
I'm someone that still sleeps in pajamas every night.
Well, this is an ad one, so I don't know. Improves your skin.
I think underrated pajamas.
Did I think overrated?
Nah. See, I think overrated just sleeping naked. Or just sleeping in your jocks.
Yeah, see, I just don't like I rotate and move a lot.
Yeah, that's why you get good Peter Alexander or something like that.
I have never had good pajamas.
Neither
I've
had
always
I
just have
until yeah.
and they were just much better.
Yeah, well, I've always just slept in trackies kind of thing, and I've bought a few, like maybe 4 or 5 pairs of Peter Alexander. It's great.
Yeah. Just like what you got to do is you get a freshly made bed, right?
Mm.
And you got to do a lot of shit that day, so that when you get in bed, your legs are just like tired as,
Yeah.
and then you just move around in the sheets like starfish completely, and just move around under there, and it'll be the best feeling of all time.
See, I think I can understand it's summer. If you want to, maybe I can understand sleeping naked in summer. Sleeping in jocks in summer, I can definitely understand.
Yeah.
But in winter, I can't wrap my head around it.
It's just so cozy.
Nah. Nah. Like, I don't care what you need to be rugged up. Like,
yeah, like my dune is good enough that I don't need like anything else.
on a cold
Like,
night, I'll have long pajama pants, socks, a pajama shirt, and a hoodie.
See, how hot do you get hot in bed though? Because I get super hot in bed.
Not on a cold night.
Yeah, okay. On a cold night, no, but like just in general.
Yeah, in summer I get very hot.
Like if it's I'm trying to think of what's like a regular like nighttime temperature. Or like 12 degrees maybe?
Maybe, yeah, maybe even less than that. I don't know. But no,
Yeah.
I don't. I like to sleep with the fan on whenever I can.
Okay, yeah. See, Mance doesn't have a fan.
You're missing out there.
Is that ceiling fan?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, see, ceiling fan is elite. I was chatting to the rents like a year ago, and I was like, I need
yeah.
a ceiling fan. And they're like, why? I was like, I don't have a reason, but I need one.
Nah,
And unsurprisingly, they didn't give it to me.
you need it.
Yeah.
Definitely need it because it makes it like once you sleep with the fan on, you're never going back.
Yeah, see, whenever we like went to Queensland when I was younger, I would always have the fan on in the night. It was the best thing.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, it was good. There is nothing like, well, no, there's nothing worse, I would say, than being in bed and being like super hot. Because
Yeah,
being
nah.
super
So
hot
I'd
is
rather
so
be
much worse than
cold.
super cold. Yeah,
Yeah, I'd
definitely.
definitely rather be cold.
Do you know your brain actually has to get to like a certain temperature to be able to go to sleep?
Really?
Yeah, like below a certain temperature.
I fall asleep very easily.
Dear, see, I used to. I don't really now.
No, so once I've decided I'm gonna close my eyes and go to sleep now, I'm out.
Really?
But that's only because of how late I go to sleep. Like I'll lie down and watch stuff until I'm basically falling asleep watching it.
Okay, yes, yeah, I can do
And
that.
and then like that's just me every night.
But wait, how many hours sleep are you getting tonight?
Oh, about 6.
Yeah, see, that's not good for you.
No, it's good. 6 to 8. The
Is it 6 to 8?
adults need 6 to 8. It's children that need 8 to 10, I think.
What did
From memory.
what did Matthew Walker say? Because he was the fucking sleep boy on Rogan. And
Ah,
he
see.
like convinced me to sleep better, which I
Nah,
haven't actually done.
I just no. I just
Dude, if
can't.
you listen to this fucking JRE, it like literally depletes your life not sleeping well.
Yeah, but I do sleep well. Like, see, I never wake up during the night. I'm always
Yes, I don't either.
just
Which
out
I'm
with it.
thankful for. I'm very thankful that I don't wake up in the night. Very often anyway. Like it might happen like once a year.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'm like, even if I don't go to the toilet before bed, I'll wake up when I wake up in the morning. I'll never wake up during the night.
Yeah. Yeah, unless I have to piss. I'm never up.
It doesn't even wake me up though when I need to piss, unless it's really, really bad.
Yeah, fair enough. Like sometimes I have woken up where like I've felt the urge to piss, but I actually haven't, and I've just tried to get back to sleep. But then I can't because I'm like, what if I piss myself?
What's the oldest age you've pissed the bed at?
Jesus, I don't know. It was in my teens.
Yeah,
I think it was like 14 maybe.
I reckon mine was because I was a late like sort of child
bloomer.
to stop pissing the bed.
Yes.
I reckon it was about grade 3 or 4, which is what 8 years old.
Okay, wait, yours is way better than mine.
Oh, is it?
I said 14.
No, was that when you stopped pissing the bed constantly?
Oh, constantly.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
Jesus.
that was
Yeah, no, mine would have been like young as.
for me. That was constantly until like that was like every night.
Really?
Yeah, shocking.
Wow, dude, you were just like a fucking tap in the bed.
Yeah, it's strange. And then
Was it like the old like don't drink too much water before you go to bed? Or
yeah,
was
well, I think Mum ended up taking me to the doctors, and she's
That's
like, "He's
it.
still pissing the bed." And the doctor goes,
She ends up taking you
"Oh."
to the priest. It's a demon.
He's like, "Well, just don't eat any watermelon, any water,
Any
like
watermelon?
just anything like really watery before like half an hour before bed, and you should be right."
Jesus.
Like Mum and like I think in the end I was getting bribed with stickers. Like
Stickers.
being a kid, like kids just love stickers.
Which I don't get because it's probably the shittest thing you can get.
It sucks.
Like unless you have a spot you can put them.
Yeah, see,
like, and make a collection.
I had a window like in the kitchen that I was allowed to put them all on.
Did
Like
you ever
so,
fill the window?
every morning I didn't piss the bed. I got a sticker. So that was sort of my motivation. Like it actually worked. Like once you give a kid a motivation, it's sort of surprising how quick they'll pick up.
Dude, like one of my fucking vices in life, it was like biting my nails. I'd always bite my nails when I was a kid, and I still do occasionally now. I've gotten a lot better at it, but it's still not great. But I used to bite them so bad when I was a kid that there would be like none of the like white shit ever.
Yeah.
And so the doctor, because it was just such a perpetual habit, I would just do it all the fucking time. The doctor gave me this like gross tasting stuff that you like paint on your nails, like nail polish.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
I got used to it.
Oh no.
So I just kept biting.
It's like
it never stopped me.
It's like when you so I started having like smoothies this year.
Yeah.
Like health food smoothies, and it's like that super greens. Just that green powder that tastes like ass.
Yeah.
And
not enjoyable.
I hated it at first. And then eventually I just got the hang of it, and I can just drink them easy now. I enjoy it.
Really?
Yeah, and I said to Sophie one day, I was like, "Oh, try some of this. Like, it's good." And she tried it. That's the worst tasting thing ever.
Dude, it's like obviously on a much like lesser scale, but green tea for me. At the start of me drinking it, I didn't like it. I thought it tasted like dirt. But I used to drink like 3 or 4 coffees a day, which for a person being in like year 11, which is what, like 17, is just not good for your health. And so I switched it to green tea. And then I just forced myself to drink it. And now I love it.
Did you hear about that recent study? I'll see if I can find it.
What's the gist?
Yeah, so drinking up to 6 cups of coffee a day helps you live longer, apparently.
That's got to be such bullshit.
It's a recent study that's come out. I bet you they'll get back on it in a year.
Yeah.
It's twice the recommended daily limit.
Jesus. Who the fuck did that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who was like the scientists that was sitting there and being like, I reckon you should have 6 cups of coffee a day and just look like you're on fucking extra good cocaine constantly.
I said I've never got that from coffee. I've always found that to be like I got it the last time I had a coffee because I never ever drink coffee. It just
You like coffee?
goes straight through me, gives me the runs. I don't mind it.
Yeah, dude, same.
So I never ever drink. It just gives me an upset stomach for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And then I had one the other week at a cafe.
Yeah.
And after it, I was sort of like, for half the day, I was really jittery and up and about and like had the shakes a bit. And it's the first time anything like coffee, sugar, anything like that's ever actually given me a rush. I always thought that was a myth. The sugar
No,
rush,
it literally
like
does.
the caffeine, like Red Bull and everything never gave me a hit. Just the
It's
hit.
fucked, dude. I used to get like shaky from Red Bull because me and
Yes.
Alex used to play like Borderlands on the like we used to get the PS3 set up and we'd sit there like after dinner at like 7:30 p.m. and then just play until like 5 a.m. the next morning and just be down on energy drinks to keep us awake.
Oh, how good were those days?
Oh, dude! By the end of it, I was so fucking like, I was like a borderline crack addict.
Yeah,
Sitting there shaking and shit. The family comes in, like, what the fuck's going on here?
just
Open the blinds, I like
just
scream at it.
time for school.
The claws coming out. No, I actually like adore coffee. Like coffee's one of my favorite things of all time. That's why I can't have it.
I think it's very overrated coffee. I think.
Yeah, you're putting coffee on the under the overrated part.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, see, I
like
think people get real like prissy about it, like real fucking what's the word? Like not uptight, but sort of posh about coffee.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel like people get
Very
real posh about coffee.
once people get in a routine with coffee, they're so specific with it.
Mm.
Like what they need in a coffee is what they need.
You see, I'll drink any coffee. Doesn't matter. Does not matter to me. As long as it sort of tastes like coffee, I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Like it
That
could
was
be
the same with me until it started giving me the shits.
Yeah, see, I reckon like regular coffee makes me want to shit, but doesn't make me shit. Whereas Macca's coffee will fucking like that is an instant laxative for me. Like within an hour, I'm fucking straight on the toilet.
Yeah, Macca's will do that to you. Just anything.
Dude, that coffee especially though, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember there was one time I literally like I hadn't shit for like a day and a half. Which is not overly long, but for me that's quite long.
That is long, yeah.
And I was like, I need to shit. I was like, I'll go to Macca's and get a coffee. And I had a coffee and within an hour I was shitting. I was like, fucking bang.
Yeah,
Done.
so yeah. I feel like we talked about shit for too long.
I feel like I just talk about shit all the time. What about this question? You have your sack taped to your asshole for 12 hours a day, or you involuntarily drop the N-bomb every time you're around black people.
Fuck, that was a real abrupt segue. Go again.
Have you sack taped to your asshole for 12 hours a day, or involuntarily drop the N-bomb every time you're around black people? Say within like a couple meters, and it has to be more than one. So like, yeah, more than two black people, and you're dropping the bomb. Probably getting the shit beaten out of you.
Sack tape to asshole.
Yeah. So it's like stretched to your actual, like as much as it has to stretch. To
But
get,
I guess
like,
you could just claim the Tourette's around a black person.
You'd have to be a fucking good actor, though, I reckon. What if they called, like, if they were like, he's faking it? Or they're like, we don't care.
What if you imagine trying to explain it to him? Like, I have a very specific form of Tourette's that makes me say nigger multiple times every time I'm around black people. Nah.
They would not believe you.
No, that ain't
Get
me.
the shit beaten out of you constantly.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't go down well.
You sort of have to do the sack, don't you?
Definitely.
God, that's not going to be fun though. Although I guess if you're doing it,
it's gonna like eventually feel alright.
Yeah, if you're doing it every day, it would eventually stretch you out to that distance. When you think you just have the saggiest sack of all time.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Well, apparently, as you get older, your sack just gets big.
Bigger.
Just saggier.
Yeah. How fun is that?
I learned that off Ricky Gervais, one of his
It's like
stand-ups.
the titties on the woman though. Like they get saggier as they get older.
Yeah.
That's like the male equivalent, the sacky.
I always found it strange ever since I heard that. That's probably like a year ago. Or whenever Ricky Gervais released his newest stand-up on Netflix.
Ricky Gervais got some
I
pretty quality
think
stand.
it was on that one.
Yeah, that's like they're already sort of convenient, like inconvenient. Sorry for how much they like get in the way.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
life would be better if we had all the function of the sack, but didn't actually have the physical part of the sack.
Oh, for sure.
Because it would just be so much easier to maneuver. You wouldn't have
100%.
like that pure weak spot. Like everyone knows that's just the weak spot on a male.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have to constantly be doing that adjust when your jocks are digging into you.
Oh, dude, the adjust is the worst.
That is the worst, isn't it?
There's nothing worse than like an awkward adjustment. Like when you're in
Nah.
a spot where you probably shouldn't be putting your hand in your pants.
Oh, here's something I want to talk about actually.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a rogue boner. There is nothing worse.
Fucking mind of its own hard dick.
It just it
I
happens
love how every dude can relate though.
happens at the most awkward times.
Mm.
And just,
Have you ever had
you have
the
to
moment where
subtly
like you have
do
to
it.
like stand up?
Yeah, and you have to trust real subtly conceal it as you're about to
Yes,
stand
yeah.
up.
I've never had that.
Oh,
That's never happened to me. Like
It's-
I've always just tucked it into like the top of my whatever pants I was wearing.
yeah. I
Pulled
think
the
that's
shirt
the classic. The classic move is that.
Yeah, dude, because you can't do it any other way because it's not going downwards. Your only options are up or to the side.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you try to push that thing down, that's a fuck. If you tape it to your leg,
There's no hiding that.
pain.
There's no hiding that.
Your body's bent at like a 90-degree angle. That's how you're walking around.
It's just, my least favorite thing. The worst part of it being a male.
I think it actually is.
100%.
Like,
I'm-
and it's
What?
like you don't really get taught about it.
Nah, did it ever happen at school to you?
Yeah, it happened at school, but I never got like I was never put in a situation where it was gonna be like it could have led to an awkward situation. Like I could always hide it.
Yeah, yeah.
So it did happen, but it didn't happen where it fucked me over. I'm like,
Mm.
my dick's a good boy. He's got my back.
I was an asshole.
Well, you've copped it. Copped it a couple times in the shit situation.
I don't think I've ever really copped in a shit situation.
Yeah.
Oh, I have, but I've managed to hide it without being obvious.
Did you know what one of my biggest fears was at school?
What?
Was fucking getting one in either the gym outfits, because we had real loose fitting gym shorts that like you really couldn't do much about. Like you could tuck it up, but if you went running, that thing was coming down.
Yeah, okay.
And B, anytime we went to the pool.
Oh, I've never
'Cause if
had one
you-
at the pool, I don't think though.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either actually.
It's
But
like
it was like the biggest fear. It was on my mind.
it's like it knows.
Yeah, it fucking does. It knows when you're vulnerable, doesn't it? Like
Mine's
it's sort of a double-edged sword, the old dick.
probably most common when I'm tired in a long car ride.
Really?
I don't know what it is, but it just comes, just pops up.
Next, it just comes.
It's probably the worst thing.
What about this? This is just one off the top of the dome here. You know, the
Off the
freestyle. Would you
dome.
rather? Yeah. What about involuntarily come at like any random moment, and you don't have any control over it whatsoever, or get a boner that only sticks forward and directly outward, like you can't do anything about it. That's all it does.
Nah, I gotta
And
go.
that happens for like a couple minutes.
Nah, I gotta go. The old cum.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
That's gross though. What if you're sitting in like the longest car trip I've been on besides like camp trips and things was an 8-hour drive with my family. And like, what if that fucking shit happened at the start of it? And there's like,
Yeah.
I guess you can clean it up on the toilet break.
You're gonna have toilet breaks. You just know to bring a few spare pairs of jocks with you.
You just own like 40 pairs of jocks.
You'd have to have more than that. They'd almost have to be
actually would.
disposable.
Yeah, dead set. You need to bring nappies, dude. You would actually have to wear nappies.
Oh, that'd be unreal.
What do you mean? That would be
Some
unreal.
adult diapers.
There's nothing like I saw an ad the other day that actually made me feel physically ill, and it shouldn't because it's such a regular thing. But it was
Yeah.
like a kid walked across the screen, and then like in a nappy, it comes back, and the nappy's just sagging.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I know what's in there, and it's gonna be so gross.
Oh, that's a nice surprise.
Dude, like mad respect to the people that like look after the elderly and like help them shit and fucking clean them and things.
Yeah, nah, fuck
Just,
that.
like, I could not do that. I was thinking about that today, like jobs you just couldn't stomach.
A nurse.
Yeah, I couldn't do like a nurse. I couldn't do like a doctor, like a surgeon. Couldn't do that at all.
No, I don't think so either.
Like I would just crumble under that pressure and fucking sever like 6 arteries accidentally.
Definitely.
It's just like something super simple. You accidentally fucking tear the whole body apart.
How's this sort of just reminded me of something.
Yeah.
How is it that do you find it weird when a woman has a stillborn? I only learned this last night. When a woman has a stillborn, they give her the baby to hold.
Really?
Yeah. So they just give them the dead baby and they just hold it.
Damn, dude, that's fucking morbid.
I don't know if that was just for the show I was watching or it was
What are you watching?
How to Get Away with
Life
Murder.
Stillborns. Oh. Oh shit.
And then
I understand it.
But then they said most couples like to get a picture, at least one picture before they let go.
No.
Yeah.
Wait, surely not you and the baby.
Yeah. The mum and the dad and the baby.
You fucking duck face with the peace symbol up.
You got his hands with the peace symbol.
Bunny is the stillborn.
Assuming the baby's a boy. Don't get too into
There'd
that.
be no more disrespect than fucking Bunny is in the stillborn.
Oh, fuck.
Your wife doesn't realise you've done it.
The absolute she'd leave you instantly.
Yeah, she'd fucking have to. That's like the biggest dick move of all time.
That's a bit fucked.
That is fucked. Like I get why they would want to hold it, because obviously it's like your fucking child. Like you would want to hold it at least once.
I just feel like it's kind of grim.
Very grim.
It's a very tough decision to sit there on the spot and say, yes, I want to hold it, or no, I don't want to.
Yeah, dude, there'd be nothing more. Like, besides obviously your kid dying, like before they reach like double digits, even afterwards would be shit as. But like fucking stillbirth would be so stiff, dude. Oh god, that would suck.
Yeah.
That would be so depressing.
Anyways, off the depressing subject. What would you rather? 25 Betty Whites with knives or one meth out junkie with a used needle?
Yeah. I can see why you'd want the Betty Whites. Because I forgot there were knives in there. But I just really don't want to underestimate the power of a methed out junkie.
I'd have to go the Betty Whites. I think it's a no-brainer.
I think 97 years old is like you basically can't walk on your own though.
No, well, what's Betty White doing? I think she's pretty healthy.
Dying, my friend.
I think she's pretty good for a 97-year-old.
Yeah, she has got that Betty White money. God, she's rich. I think.
Yeah. See, I reckon she'd go all right.
I reckon, like, because the junkie's going to take a couple stabs before they're down, just because of the methed out factor. Like,
they've got a used needle on them. The used needle I'd take a methed out junkie any day of the week over 25 Betty Whites, but with the used needle, I don't think so.
Wait, why is the used needle? Is it because it's a bad weapon?
It's because he's got a used needle.
Yeah, that's his weapon.
Yeah, fuck that. Imagine getting stabbed by that. The diseases you get. I hate needles with a passion.
Oh yeah, dude. This is 25 Betty Whites we're talking about though.
I'd
That's a
probably
small
rather-
army of Betty Whites. That would have
I'd-
swung the fucking World War II in Hitler's favor if he had 25 Betty Whites.
I reckon I'd get the old rape train happening. The COD zombies rape train with some Betty Whites.
You kiting the Betty Whites around the arena.
Just run around the stage.
I reckon that's all you'd have to do though. Like if you ran around, like a methed out boy's they're gonna be quick, they're gonna be psychotic, and they're not gonna care if they get like a little cut on them. Like the thing with like a knife to be effective, it has to be a stab. Like a slash isn't that effective unless you get like an artery or something.
I'm actually kind of second guessing myself here.
I think I'm going the junkie.
I think Betty White's smart.
Yeah, okay.
I don't underestimate Betty White.
You got tactical Betty White.
Because if there was 25 Betty Whites, they'd all just stick shoulder to shoulder.
Okay, you're thinking a wall of Betty Whites.
And neither of you are getting out of there until someone wins.
Dude, have you heard that fucking clip? It was from like when Jeff Van Gundy was coaching and he was coaching the Pistons and they have like a microphone in the coach's huddle and he's like, just form a fucking wall.
Nah.
That's all the Betty Whites have to do.
Oh, for sure. There's no Jeff Van Gundy coaching them.
Yeah. What about 25 Betty Whites, not with knives, but with used needles, and one Jeff Van Gundy coaching them?
Oh, I can't. I'd rather the knives than the needle.
Yeah, you have to have the knives, don't you?
Yeah, I'd rather the knives. Just the needles are just too fucked.
Like what? The thing is, if the junkie had a knife, I think this would be no contest. The junkie.
Yeah.
Because I think if he gets one slash on a Betty White, they're down. Like he doesn't even have to stab him really.
Oh, no, I'm changing. I think Betty White, 100%.
You can't Betty Whites. I think I'm going the methed out junkie. I think I have to.
I'm just gonna wait them out. I can go longer than they can.
Wait, you reckon the Betty Whites can go longer than the junkie can?
No, I reckon I can go longer than a Betty White can. So say I just sit there. I don't actually attack.
You want to verse? I was thinking it's the Betty Whites versus the junkie.
Oh,
not you versus any of them. I was confused why you were getting fucking spooked about the needle.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the 25 Betty Whites versus the junkie. Who wins?
Who wins?
Yeah. So I reckon the junkie wins.
I think Betty White wins.
Yeah, okay.
That junkie's gonna die, or it's a draw.
Yeah, I can see it being a draw where the Betty Whites all get stabbed in the neck and the junkie's fucking death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, so the junkie doesn't die until later.
Yeah, doesn't get out of the arena, but he's essentially won the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I can see that happening. That's probably the most likely scenario, I reckon.
Definitely.
Oh,
why don't we move on to a couple of power moves?
Okay.
So this segment's taken from the Hamish and Andy podcast. We just really enjoy it. So we thought we'll come up with some of our own, and if the podcast gets bigger, we'll start taking some our favorites in, and yeah. So the one I'm thinking of,
no,
the one that comes to mind straight away is the old. It's a very, very subtle one, but I think it works wonders.
Yeah.
So you shake someone's hand, and as you're shaking their hand, you grab their elbow.
Yeah.
And you're in control of that handshake. Like you look at them in the eye, you grab their elbow as you're shaking their hand.
Does it start to get sinister if you hold it for like more than a couple seconds?
So you get to that's the thing though. Like you've got the power because you get to initiate when that handshake stops.
It is literally like the definition of a power move, isn't it? Like
You're
you
in
control
control.
the power at that point.
See, I always thought maybe when you grab both sides of the hand too, but I almost see that as a submissive sort of move.
Both sides of the hand. It's sort of it's sort of like you're
That's
kissing the
sort
hand
of,
sort of thing.
but yeah, a bit of respect in that one.
Yeah, okay.
You want to assert power over him, so I think the
think
old grab the elbows, shake the hand works great.
see, grabbing the elbow, shake the hand is a lot more personal than just a
Yeah,
regular shake of the hand. But I tell you what is
definitely.
shit is when like you go to pull away from shaking a hand and someone else and they like try to hold on and
I
you've
reckon,
like sort of dead fished it
I reckon that's almost power move itself. Like
while holding on.
yeah, holding on to a handshake because they're trying to pull away, and you're just
Oh.
you're making them limp fish. So they just
Because there is nothing worse than going to shake someone's hand and it is just dead fish.
you could almost sort of tell them after that, like, oh, you need to work on your handshake. Just put some icing on the cake.
That does just add to it, doesn't it?
It does. It definitely does.
Yeah, I don't know. There's nothing worse than fucking up a handshake.
Oh fuck no! I hate it when they grab too early and they just grab your fingertips. Oh, there's nothing worse.
Like a kid getting led around the supermarket.
They just grab your fingertips and you're like, fuck.
They just absolutely sunned you right from the start.
Yeah.
Ah, dude. I got this one at the top, the old all right, to end the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm actually just thinking about it just then. Like, I actually think it's probably the best way to end a conversation, to get out of one.
Yeah. So like, because you're in a conversation, you want to leave,
Yeah.
and then even it especially works, I think, if the person you're doing it to is sort of they've finished saying something to you, they're waiting for a reaction. And you're like, all right then, like all right, but best, I guess we'll get going then, or something like that.
Is it like a real power move if they ask you a question and you're like, all right, I'll see you later, and you just leave them on that limb?
See, Hamish and Andy talk about this. There's a fine line between it being an asshole move, and just a power move, like just
Well, it depends how you say it.
I think it's a bit of it can be a bit of an asshole move used in the right context, but asshole moves aren't bad.
No, they can be very effective.
They're just the sort of mean power moves. But you still a certain power over the other person.
And realistically, what we want in this world is power, isn't it? So you want to be pulling out as many power moves as you often can.
So I reckon an example of an asshole one's the one you put in there. When you're opening the door for someone and letting it go as someone else is approaching.
Yeah, see, that's a dick move for sure.
But yeah,
sometimes you got to do it.
I almost even think someone's behind you, you know that, and then you open the door and just sort of push it behind you.
Oh, dude, I tell you what's a fucking awkward ass situation. So myself and Liza were in Melbourne 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And this is a dick move, right? We go to get in the elevator and we see someone coming through the main lobby. It was just an Airbnb, so it's not like there's anyone at the lobby or anything. It was completely empty besides this person coming in and us going in the elevator.
Yeah.
The elevator arrives as they round the corner to come through the door.
I think I know
and
what
we
you're
get
talking
in,
about.
and we're just fucking spamming that closed door button and trying to swipe the key and press the floor, but we couldn't press the floor quick enough.
Oh no!
And they saw us look at them, go in the elevator, try to do it, and then we heard the fucking door open.
Oh no!
Oh, dude, and they walked in. It was literally the most silent elevator ride I've ever had. Because we all knew what had just happened.
Yeah.
Everyone knew the dick move we were trying to do.
I'll just imagine
they didn't respect it.
Just imagining it. You're just spamming the button, the doors slowly close, and then they just stick their hand in between the doors.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. The door had closed. We just didn't press the level in time.
Oh,
So it had
okay.
closed, and then they pressed the up button, and it opened again.
So I'm guessing they weren't expecting it to open that soon.
I don't think they were. I thought they expected it to have left,
Yeah.
and then there we are.
Yeah.
And the thing was, because we were struggling to get the level right, they fucking got the level before us, and then I had to go and put the level in.
So they came in on top.
Yeah, dude, they really did. That was like one of the most awkward situations I've had in the elevator. And it was a dick move, and we didn't pull it off.
Nah, that's all right. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, see, that's the elevator equivalent of letting the door go.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
like, there was one. We were at the zoo on the same weekend, and there's like parts where you have to open the door, you all file in, door closes behind you, and then the next one's allowed to be open.
Yeah.
So that like the animals can't get out.
Yeah, okay. Is that the lemur enclosure, is it?
Yeah, there was a couple like that. Like obviously the not the butterfly one. There was a couple bird ones, and then the lemur one.
Yeah.
The lemur one was so cool, dude. I fucking love lemurs.
Nah, I love that.
And yeah, like that was I did that like twice where you just let the door close as people are trying to come through.
Yeah.
Because I was like the last one in, and it was like, I can't fit.
So I've never done it deliberately. I've only done it. I've sort of accidentally done it.
Definitely a bigger asshole than you, because I've 110% done it deliberately.
Oh, the old elevator one I have, but not the.
See, I've done them all.
Let the door shut, or push the door shut behind you when you know someone's coming.
Yeah, if you forcefully push the door shut,
that's what I mean. You sort of just like, you know they're coming, they know you know, and you just sort of push the door.
Yeah, dude.
And then they're sort of stuck putting their foot out, and like, or they have to, they'll have to sort of rush a little bit, or you've asserted your dominance over them there.
You have, yeah. Dude, like that is a dick move. Like
definitely.
I think it's a real power move if, or very specific situation, if you know the person, you don't actually like them.
There seems to be a lot though that a very specific like situation, like it's got to be a very specific one.
Yeah, the old situational power move.
But geez, it works.
See, as far as like asserting dominance over a whole store, even I love keep the change. No matter how little it is, I love keep the change.
I don't know if I'm a fan of it.
No, give me a sec. Yeah, hold on, I'm back. Sorry, got disturbed.
It just I don't think it's a power move. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe pitch it to me.
Well, okay. So you're going into the old Colonel. It's a subtle power move, right? Because I feel like people would have to notice it. But it's like you're going into the Colonel, you're getting your meal. It's like, say, $12.80. You got 20. You give them 13. You got 20 cents change, and they're like, "Oh, here's your change," and you're like, "Just keep it."
Yeah.
Then you walk back. You wait for your meal. You get it. You leave.
I don't know. It's happened to me before in customer service.
Yeah, and did you think, look at the fucking sack on that guy?
Nah, see, all I did was just be like, huh, okay. Well, it's not enough for me to keep because it's just like, 50 cents or whatever. Yeah. So I just chuck it in the charity box.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, see, I actually do cop that quite a bit. Because if it's like 10 cents, I don't want it a lot of the time.
Neither do they, though. So they just put it in the charity box.
Yeah, dude, I do get like people leaning over the counter to put it in the charity box.
Yeah.
It's like, because I'm shocking at keeping coins in my wallet.
Oh, I love coins. I love them.
I love goldies, but I fucking hate like anything less than a goldie, dude. I'm only for that master race of coins. I'm not for that, not for that Jew equivalent.
Yeah. I get what you mean, but I think I'm one of the very minorities that actually doesn't mind silver coins.
I think you are actually, which I respect because someone's got to do it.
I love a 20 cent.
Really?
They can build up they can catch you off guard.
What with their value?
Yeah, their value is very underestimated, I think. The amount of times I've been saved by 20-cent coins when I've been paying cash for something.
Perfectly estimated at 20 cents.
But then you look in your wallet, you're like, oh, it's just 20. But then you start counting them up.
Yeah.
That's got you over the line.
And now you got like $2.80, you can get a Buffalo Bill.
Yeah, exactly.
Did I tell you what I fucking ran into the other day? Went to the supermarket. We were talking about him last week. Brandon asked if we'd ever had a Maxi Bond.
Oh, of course you did.
Fucking pack of Maxi Bonds, 40% off. Got 2 of them for $10.
2
8
packs.
Bonds. 8 bonds for $10. $1.25 a piece. That is a fucking bargain.
Jeez, that's finger to bum worthy.
That is, dude. That is. That's a
straight in the arsehole. Oh.
I actually love a good Bond. I think it's probably my favorite. Actually, is that can't just be an Australian ice cream, is it?
I reckon it is. I reckon that's Peter's. And I think Peter's is just Australian. I don't reckon the rest of the world gets to experience that.
Oh, dude, because Maxi Bonds, if that is true, Maxi Bonds are the ice cream equivalent of Tim Tams for Australia.
Yeah, definitely.
Because Tim Tams are elite.
Oh, for sure.
Like in terms... I just looked up Maxi Bonds. It said the best ice cream known to man because it's basically a 2-for-1 deal.
I rate that.
Which is very true. You get the chocolate part, you get the biscuit part.
You get the ice cream.
Which part's your favourite?
Biscuit.
Yeah, I'm a biscuit man for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you who needs to be shot are people that hold it by the chocolate end.
Yeah, so it's going to melt in your hands.
Dude, I literally just said, like, who needs to be shot?
Yeah.
And my Google Home just turned on. It did like the fuck, dude. I'm not planning an attack.
They're taking commands. They're about to order commands for you.
Dude, the government's just like, oh, that's piqued our interest.
Yeah. Listen to this boy.
Does he have a camera? Oh, no. How fucked is that, though? They can, like, look at your cameras.
I don't think that's true. I think it's a myth.
I reckon that's extremely true, and it would not be hard. Like, I think a decent hacker would be able to get into people's cameras.
I think it's a myth.
I am extremely unknowledgeable on all of these things, but I just don't like to underestimate the government.
You were one of those kids at school that put the tape over your camera on your laptop, weren't you?
Nah, never did it, because my reason why is because I was never doing shit that I thought the government would even look at.
Yeah, but people just didn't like the idea of them looking at them.
But like, okay, so if you don't subscribe to they can look through your cameras, do you subscribe to they are listening to you on your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that happens all the time. Like, they listen to everything.
Definitely. I can maybe more...
fucking...
Now that I think about it, I sort of can get around the idea of because there's apps that ask you for access to your camera, and I'm like, why does that need that?
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
You don't need my camera for this app, but I have to press allow or I can't use the app.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, the fuck?
And especially with the old, like, you're talking about some next day, or like half an hour later, you scroll.
You cop an ad?
You cop an ad for it. And yeah, it's exactly what you're talking about.
That started happening to me when I got the first Google Pixel.
Yeah.
That was when I started noticing it. I'm sure it was happening on like Facebook and stuff. But when I got the first Google Pixel, I was like, me and Alex were talking about Lord of the Rings. And then like half an hour later, the Lord of the Rings box set comes up on a Facebook ad.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it's sus. It's very sus.
But like, I'm still going to use the phones, so I don't care about that. I care about my privacy, but what the fuck am I going to be able to do about it?
Yeah, it's not much.
Like, I'm not going to be able to Hong Kong protest my way to no microphones on phones.
You're going to call people.
Yeah, legit.
You have to plug special earphones in to talk on a phone call.
You got to carry around that fucking murderer telephone.
Yeah.
I love that. That's the timeline I want, where phones only progress to that point.
But they become handheld. Yeah. So it's got a little handle on it. You
like pull the antenna out.
They don't even need the antenna. It's just the cord and the phone that's got a SIM card in it.
You have like all these backpacks that are like designed to hold them and shit, and everyone look like fucking fucking idiots.
It'd be so like, I don't know, like you'd be sort of on a train maybe. Everyone's got their
Yeah.
their mobile phone, I'll say that in inverted commas, and then you can't change the ringtone or anything, so it's everyone's getting called at once. Say 5 people getting called at once. All you're hearing is that old school ringtone, just that ring that an old school phone has, like, yeah.
Dude, that was the worst. I tell you what is like something that I didn't discover until I used it not just for my alarm, but for like timers as well.
What?
Is like the small level of PTSD you get when you hear your alarm sound outside of it being an alarm.
Yeah, I agree.
Like my alarm sound is the same as my timer. And like whenever I get like the fantastic noodles or something, and it's like leave them to sit for a couple minutes. When that shit goes off, I fucking have a mini heart attack.
Don't tell me you time your noodles when you let them sit.
Oh yeah, dude. It's like 3 minutes.
It's just until it's comfortable to eat. That's the only reason you let it sit, to cool down.
No, it says to sit for 2 to 3 minutes.
Oh, fuck.
I'm a man of the instructions. Except for things that seem like they would need instructions to be made. Then I will try and figure it out for myself, as all great men do.
No, you're following the instructions too hard there.
I've just always done it. I've just always assumed it had a purpose.
No. Like it does. It obviously it's a loose guideline to follow. But
Isn't it to like make the keep the steam in there, make the noodles softer?
Oh, so you're talking about that.
That's
Yeah, well, I can see that. Like I sort of just still judge off by when the noodles feel softer, because it's usually a lot quicker than you think.
yeah. See, I've had times where I've taken it off at like 2 minutes. You know, being a rebel without a cause.
Oh, fast
and
and
it's
loose.
just not been good.
Nah, see, I'm not one to follow that. I follow recipes to the T, but stuff like that, just no.
Yeah. No, fair enough. It is just dollar noodles. Like quite literally dollar noodles. That's a fucking great deal, dude. Like obviously it does nothing for you health wise. And all it does is like act like it's filled your stomach.
Shocking.
But they fucking taste good.
Yeah. How long have we been going for?
I don't know, probably
I feel like it's been
40 minutes.
I thought it was over an hour.
It might have been actually.
I reckon it has been. I was thinking we move.
What about
the Kim Jong-un?
What, the Korean superpowers?
Yeah, I feel like that's how we sort of cherry on top of the sundae.
End it off. All right. Next week we are going to do hour 10 or so, which is actually essentially the same as last week, so that works well.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Next week we are going to do a top 10 list of the best movies of the past decade, from 2010 to 2020.
Yep.
Seeing as we are coming up to 2020. So would you like to go with number 1 of yours and I'll do number 1 of mine? Actually, I could start.
The Korean superpower.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
How good are you at like a super racist Asian accent?
That's controversial. I don't know if I want Kim Jong-un coming after me.
We just get banned. We got no viewers in China. We get banned from them.
Yeah, I don't know about
that. When our great leader, my Korean leader is named Kim Jong-swol. And when our great leader was learning to swim, he free dove to the bottom of the ocean and accidentally discovered Mariana's Trench in 15 minutes at the age of 6.
Yeah, no, I like that. So my Korean supreme leader is Slim Wang-un. So we've got Slim Wang-un once climbed Mount Everest twice in one day after realizing his phone was flat. He went back down to charge it so he could get a photo.
Which is a fucking power move from Slim Wang-un.
It's just,
dude, man's just passing like 6 different camps as he's going up of people like freezing to death.
Yeah, and he's just gotta charge me.
Look at birth, our great leader crawled from his mother and cut his own umbilical cord. He's a powerful man. He's a perceptive boy. Eyes were open as soon as he was out of the womb.
As open as they can be from Korea.
2020. You're not on with a fucking
I couldn't help it.
racist Korean
I couldn't help it.
Fair enough. It was right there. Right there. Go on. Give us something. Give us some beef.
Our supreme athletic leader has never broke a sweat despite being the most active human in the world.
He's a powerful man.
Yeah, he's amazing. Slim Wang.
Kim Jong, Mr. Swole, who was born with a full head of hair and the beard of a Viking.
Oh, imagine how uncomfortable that
puberty at the age of like 0.1.
Negative.
Gets carpet burn on the way out.
Oh, geez, that'd be uncomfortable.
What if they're like pulling him out and like they pull their head out, but the rest of the beard's still inside her? Just fishing it.
Fuck that. The beard's the last thing to come out.
Yeah. Yuck, dude. Kim Jong.
So we'll do 3 each. I think we'll save some others for another week.
Yeah.
He has also. This is following up from the last fact of Slim Wang. He's also
people.
Facts. It's the only thing they feed you in Korea. He has also never showered, but people who have been close enough to smell him later ended their life due to everything else smelling like shit.
R.I.P. everyone else. Yeah. All right. Well, the rest of the boys should be back next week.
We should have a full cast next week.
Yeah, seeing as Finn's suicide attempt, surely he can't get 2 of those in a week.
Oh,
but you never know with that boy.
No.
He makes the ladies crazy. And Brendan will be well, I'm sure.
Oh, we hope so. Press up.
See you later, you dumb bitches. And fuck Xi Jinping.
Oh.
Chinese bastard.
Yeah.
No, good night, people.